Evolutions Ascended Heroes Premium Poster Collection Box. This particular collection actually came in two variations. One of them featuring the Mega Gardevoir and the other featuring Mega Lucario. I was fortunate enough to actually pick this up on its release day at one of my local game stores, and they were kind enough to actually sell it at a normal price, just slightly above MSRP. I unfortunately have not been able to come across the Mega Lucario version that is not more than like 2.5 times the price it should be. So for the time being, we only have this variation open, which is okay because it comes with a ton of fun goodies. We get a lovely poster of the Mega Gardevoir EX promo card that they also include, as well as a whopping 10 packs of Ascended Heroes for us to open and enjoy together. Yay! I really enjoy this set, and it's a bummer that it is so hard to get your hands on nowadays. So I am very excited to see who is hiding inside these packs. So without further ado, let's get started. Lily, hello, ASMR. First off, let's take a peek at the awesome promo that is included in this set. As you can see, we get this really fun promo card featuring the Mega Gardevoir EX, and I just love this style of special cards that they did for Ascended Heroes. They had this variation where it had the katakana characters, and it's in a very comic booky style, which I love. It's just so fun, and I hope they continue this trend in future sets because these cards are so cool. This collection pack also features the giant poster version of that card. It is way too big though to open up on camera, but I cannot wait to find a place to hang this. And of course, we get our massive pack of Ascended Heroes booster packs to open. Oh, so many. I think my only complaint about this set is that they only did one art design for the booster packs. I feel like it would have been fun if they had varied it up a couple like they usually do, but that's okay. So let's jump right in. Let's start off with pack number 1 and see if we have some good first pack luck of the evening. Here's your first QR code of the night. 1 energy to the front, and we begin the evening with a metal energy. Metal. First off, we have the adorable Larry's Dunsparce. extremely useful card in almost every deck because it allows you to search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less to add to your bench. Very handy. Featuring our lovely 𝓔𝓫𝓻 to go with our Gardevoir packs. We see her dancing here in the forest under a giant sunbeam. She just looks so peaceful and calm. Oh, very cool. We have a reprint card from Destined Rivals, I believe. I was trying to remember if it was Journey Together or Destined Rivals, but I'm pretty sure it is the latter. It is Ethan's 𝓔𝓺𝓻. He is seen here sitting under a nice shaded tree and looking up at his trainer, waiting for orders. A fun one. We have a fierce Mawile up next. And it looks like she has swung her head, I don't even know what you would call that, like head mouth, towards a giant crystal up here, and it has smashed right through it. Very fun. Jaws, that is the word I'm looking for. We have another reprint card, the Stadium Team Rocket's Watchtower. This is actually a very handy card in the current meta because if you play it, then all normal Pokemon in play have no more abilities. And one of the current cards that is very used in most decks right now is the Meowth EX. And this prevents its ability from being used. We have the Electrifying Electric. This eelfish Pokemon is the evolved form of the cute little 𝓒𝓪𝓻. And he features a cool ability called Dynamator, which reads, once during your turn, you may attach a basic lightning energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. For our first reverse holo of this pack, we have the item Mega Signal. This, I believe, was released in the base set Mega Evolution, or either that or Phantasmal Flames. They did a lot of reprints in this particular Ascended Heroes line. There are over 300 cards, which is insane, but a good portion of them are reprints. This particular item is pretty handy though, because it lets you search your deck for any Mega Evolution Pokemon to add to your hand. Oh, nice. We have our first Pokeball reverse holo variation of the evening on our beautiful Dragonair. This set also features every Pokemon in the normal reverse holo as well as a special Pokeball variation. They did a bunch of different types of Pokeballs though. This one looks like the Love Ball. Very fun. And oh, what a great start. We have a Mega Evolution for our final card of this pack, the Mega Walucha EX. I love the angle that they have it swooping in. He's almost like soaring in this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage from an attack, then you get to flip a coin, and if it is heads, he is no longer knocked out, but has only 10 health remaining. Very nice. He also features an attack called Somersault Dive that does 120 damage, but if there is a stadium in play, then it does an additional 140 more. Very cool. Get this guy nice and sleeved up. And since we have so many packs to go through tonight, I think I might only show the sleeving of the hit cards as well as the Pokeballs and maybe the reverse energies that they have as well. Right there. I have our lovely Dragonair. Can go hang out with my regular Gardevoir over there. Well, that was a fantastic start to the evening. Let's see if we can keep this ball rolling with pack number 1. Here is your next QR code of the night. Have our energy to the front, and we begin this pack with the lovely green grass energy. Green grass. And to go with that grass energy, we have the adorable Erica's Oddish. Oh, I love the art on this card. It features the Oddish looking just so joyful and happy to be surrounded by these lovely flowers. There's looks like a bunch of different colored roses. We have some white roses, a lovely red rose, and a beautiful blue rose. Very cool. Oh, this puts a big smile on my face. It just looks so happy. We have another reprint card that is another extremely useful and highly played card. The 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭. I actually think I got a Master Ball variation of this from Prismatic Evolutions. The 𝓔𝓺𝓻 is very useful because of his fan call ability, which reads, once during your first turn, you get to search your deck for up to 3 normal type Pokemon with 100 HP or less to add to your hand. So it is basically a one-use card because you want to get him in your hand and out into play on the very first turn, or else he's kind of useless and will just take up space. But he's very good for setting up your deck. We have the lovely 𝓔𝓺𝓻, who is seen here foraging for some lovely flowers in the forest. I love that she's just surrounded by all these tiny mushrooms and just some vines behind her. It just looks like such a lush jungle that she is exploring. We have the feisty Riolu, strong as some of the new meta decks, but it is very enjoyable to play. Oh, next up we have the final evolution of one of my favorite Pokemon, the 𝓔𝓺𝓻. Actually, I still have my little plushie of her hanging out over here. So cute. This 𝓔𝓺𝓻 is doing a lovely moon dance, probably atop of Mount Moon. And I just love all the little sparkles that they put in the background there. It just has such a ethereal feel to it. I also love that it features one of my favorite attacks from the actual Game Boy games, the metronome. In the card variation, it lets you choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks to use as the 𝓔𝓺𝓻's attack. We have a reprint item from Destined Rivals, the Team Rocket's Great Ball. I just love how all the Team Rocket equipment is branded with their giant R, so it is just so obvious that they are part of the criminal organization. This item lets you flip a coin, and if it's heads, you get to search your deck for an evolution Team Rocket's Pokemon. If it is tails, then you can only search for a basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. Following the Great Ball, we have a Mightyena, the evolved form of the cute little Poochyena. This Mightyena is seen here frolicking through, looks like kind of a marshy area. There's a lot of fog in the background, and he is looking very intense. You do not want to get close to his sharp fangs. For our first reverse holo of this pack, we have the adorable Swirlix. She's just so derpy looking. I love it. She looks like a Pomeranian that lives on our street that we pass a lot when we're walking our dog. Always has her tongue sticking out like that. So cute. For our next reverse holo, we have the Love Ball version of the 𝓔𝓺𝓻, which is the evolved form of the classic Togepi. I love the background design. It actually kind of feels like some of the original Super Mario games to me, which is like the way the platforms are set up behind it. So cute. And for our rare card of this pack, we have the 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭, who is just rushing towards us with his chain swinging fast above him. Very cool. Nice and sleeved up. Our lovely 𝓔𝓺𝓻. Moving onwards to our next pack, pack number 3. Here is your next QR code of the evening. Fun energy to the front. And we have a lovely dark energy to kick off this pack. Oh. First up, we have an adorable Meryl. It's fascinating to me actually that this Meryl is a psychic type because usually the classic Meryls are water. We have the lovely Stunfisk up next. I actually love the way the artist designed this card because the Stunfisk is right front and center and looks like he has kind of burrowed himself into the mud. Yeah, it looks very cozy. You can see the lovely water reflection behind him and the trees being reflected. It's very cool. Next up, to go with the dark energy we found, we have a 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭 𝓐𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼, which is the evolved form of the 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓬𝓬𝓮. He is seen here rushing through a field of very unwatered grass. Looks like he could use a little hydration. We have another Erica's Oddish. Oddish. When it is woken by moonlight, it wanders about, but during the day, it stays still underground. Interesting. I didn't know that they actually lived in the ground. We have another classic up next, the feisty Raichu, who looks like he has charged up a massive bolt of electricity and is getting ready to strike. We have the supporter card, 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭 𝓐𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼 up next. Her hair matches my teal color of the night. I love it. I actually dyed my hair purple once and it was a lot of fun. This supporter card lets you choose one of your Pokemon in play, and during your opponent's next turn, it prevents all damage from effects of attacks done to that Pokemon by your opponent's EX. However, you can only use this card because it causes all Pokemon in play to lose any ability that requires the Pokemon using it to knock itself out, which essentially nullifies the 𝓔𝓺𝓻 line, as well as 𝓔𝓺𝓻, but I don't think anyone really uses that card that often. At least I've never seen it be played. And we have another classic for our final card of this pack, the Munkidori, who is used in a lot of decks because of his 𝓔𝓺𝓻 ability. The way it works is if he has any dark energy attached to him, then once per turn you can move up to 3 damage counters from any one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. And if you have multiples of him on your bench, then you can do it for 1 for each of the Munkidoris. It's very handy and can turn the tide of any game. Our Munkidoris lift up. And our lovely Love Ball 𝓔𝓚𝓚. Moving onwards to pack number 4. I do love how many Pokemon that they packed into the front of this booster pack. Just so many fun ones on there. Here is your next QR code of the night. Starting off, we have a fighting energy, which I've actually been enjoying a lot of the fighting decks recently. I usually don't play them, but the new support cards like 𝓔𝓺𝓻 and 𝓔𝓺𝓾 for drawing is actually fun. We have the lovely 𝓔𝓺𝓻 up first. And I just love the art on this card. I just enjoy this giant Aurora Borealis behind him. It's so pretty. Such a lovely scene. I was actually lucky enough to see the Aurora in Iceland years back. And I highly recommend it if you get the opportunity. We have another Destined Rivals reprint, the Team Rocket's Meowth. That's right. He's seen here prowling through the city at night on top of a little fence and showing off how pointy his claws are. We have another very used card in play, the lovely Badoo. Badoo. Our cute little itchy boy. He has this attack called Itchy Pollen, which is extremely handy, especially early in the game, because it costs no energy and it causes your opponent to not be able to use any items the next turn, which can really hinder some decks. We have the lovely Pokemon tool, the 𝓔𝓚𝓻. Kind of looks like a little smartwatch device on it. This tool reads, if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, then attacks used by the Pokemon this card is attached to cost 1 grass, which is very, very cool. We have another 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭 𝓐𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼. I never got the full art version of it, but it was a very cool illustration. We have another repeat card, the Larry's Bravery. For the sake of its friends, this brave warrior of the sky will not stop battling, even if injured. Next up, we have a non-hollow version of the lovely 𝓔𝓚𝓻. The 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭 line was actually one of my favorites in Gen 1. This particular 𝓔𝓚𝓻 features an ability called Evolutionary Guidance, which reads, once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any energy attached to it, then you may use the ability to search your deck for an evolutionary Pokemon to add to your hand. Very cool. For our first reverse hollow, we have the lovely Larry's 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭. The adorable bird Pokemon. Oh, he looks so friendly. He is seen here sitting on the rooftop of what looks like maybe the outside of the same restaurant that the other Larry's Pokemon we saw was sitting inside. Very cool. For our Pokeball variation, we have the Vullaby. I laugh because the description of the Vullaby is diapered Pokemon. That is very specific. His eggshell does definitely look like a little diaper. Oh, that's so cute. I'm trying to remember which variation of Pokeball this is. I kind of want to say Quick Ball, but there's so many types and I always get them mixed up. So let me know in the comments if you know which one this is. And we have Ethan's Magcargo for our rare. The Ethan's Magcargo is the evolved form of the Ethan's Slugma that we saw earlier. He has a very cool ability though called Melt Away, which reads, if this Pokemon has no energy attached, then it has no retreat cost, which is very good because he actually has a 3 retreat cost, which is pretty high. I'm actually not sure if every pack comes with a Pokeball variation or if it's just random luck that I've been getting one in each pack. We've been doing pretty well so far, but let's see if we can find some illustration rares. I'm hoping since we've gotten a couple of regular rare packs in a row that this might be hiding something fun. Let's find out. We have your next QR code of the night. And to start us off, we have another fighting energy. Fighting. We have the cute little Dynamo up first. He is the mid-evolution after Dreepy and is very handy because of his recon directive ability, which lets you, once per turn, look at the top 2 cards of your deck to add to your hand, but you must put the other on the bottom of your deck. We have a new supporter up next for this set, the Waitress. I love that she doesn't have a name, she's just Waitress. She lets you look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach a basic energy you find there to any one of your Pokemon, which can be very handy because it would allow you to attach 2 energies in that turn. We have a luxurious 𝓔𝓵𝓾𝓲𝓹𝓶𝓮𝓷𝓽, who is prancing around on top of the rooftops. She looks like she is enjoying a nice sunset in the evening. Following the 𝓔𝓵𝓾𝓲, we have the item card, the Fighting Gong, which is essential for fighting decks because it lets you search your deck for any basic fighting energy or basic fighting Pokemon to add to your hand. We have an icy 𝓔𝓵𝓻𝓭 up next, who is galloping straight towards us in what looks like to be an icy crystal cavern. For our first reverse holo of this pack, we have the classic 𝓔𝓵𝓼𝓼. I want to say this was a reprint as well, I think from just the base Mega Evolution. He is seen here flowing out of a drainage area on the street. For our reverse holo Pokeball variation, we have the energetic Scorbunny, who is having a lovely day on the beach. I love the pink cliffside design that they did. Kind of reminds me of like the pink sands of Aruba. And for our rare card of this pack, we have the Togekiss, which is the stage 2 evolution of the Togetic that we saw earlier. Oh, she's so happy and joyful looking. I love it. The Togekiss features an ability called Wonder Kiss, which reads, when your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out, you get to flip a coin, and if it's heads, you get to take an additional prize card. That is very, very fun if you can make it work. Lovely Togekiss. here's your next QR code. Our energy trick to the front. And first up, we have electric lightning energy. We have the item card, the 𝓒𝓪𝓻𝓭 𝓐𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼, which actually is a very interesting tool or item, because it lets you choose up to 2 Pokemon tools attached to Pokemon and discard them. It's interesting that it lets you do it to your own as well. To go with the lovely Golduck that we found earlier, we have its basic form, one of my favorites, the 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓬𝓬𝓮, who is seen here lounging in the very same lake as the Golduck, but this one is surrounded by a bunch of lily pads and little yellow flowers. Very cool. We have a reprint card from, I want to say, Journey Together. There's been so many sets released in the past year. I get them confused sometimes. But we have the Iono's Wattrel, which actually I do play a variation of the Iono's Billy Bolt Raging Bolt deck, and it is a lot of fun if you've never tried it. We have another lovely Meryl up next, frolicking through a field of red flowers. The oil-filled tail functions as a buoy, so it's fine even in rivers with strong currents. To go with our electric Pokemon energy that we found earlier, we have a 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓲𝓹, which is the evolved form of the Charjabug, the little battery-looking Pokemon. It looks like he is almost finished up charging a little electric ball right there and is getting ready to throw it. We have this stadium card, Forest of Vitality, which if you play a grass deck, specifically the Mega Venusaur and Mechanium deck, this is essential for it. And I will say that deck is a pain to play against, because this card lets every player's grass Pokemon that are in play can evolve into a grass Pokemon during the turn that they were played, which is insane, because basically it means that you can play a Bulbasaur and then immediately play it up to a Mega Venusaur. We have another reprint card, the adorable Team Rocket's Mimikyu. When I did the pre-release for Destined Rivals, I actually got the Mimikyu deck, which I thought was a very odd decision, because his attack, Gemstone Mimicry, lets you choose one of your opponent's active Terra Pokemon attacks to use as an attack. And the reason it was odd that they made this a promo and the deck around it is there were no Terra Pokemon that you could play during the pre-release. So it definitely was at a disadvantage compared to the other deck options you could have gotten. For our first reverse holo, we have the Tool Scraper. those 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼. Put that over here for now. Hang with my very tiny Dragonite compared to the super tall Mega Gardevoir. Or just regular Gardevoir, she's not Mega. Moving onwards to pack number 7. Lucky number 7. Let's see who's hiding inside. Here's your next QR code of the night. Our energy to the front. And we have another lightning energy up next. To start us off, we have the Riolu. They communicate with one another using their auras. They are able to run all through the night, just like my cat. We have another Larry's Dunsparce. If spotted, it escapes by burrowing with its tail. It can float just slightly using its wings. Oh, I like that he can basically just hover because he's so big compared to his wings. We have another buddy puffin. Always handy. I feel like this pack is very similar to the very first pack that we had because we have the lovely Corellia. It has a psychic power that enables it to distort the space around it and see into the future. That's pretty handy. We have a new card, the Noivern, which is our lovely bat friend who has giant speakers for ears. He is the evolved form of the cute little Noibat, which is one of my favorites. We have a new supporter card, the 𝓔𝓚𝓼𝓻. She is interesting because you can only use it if you discard another card from your hand, and you get to search your deck for up to 4 electric Pokemon to add to your hand. I feel like she would be fun to cosplay. We have another Golduck. When it swims at full speed using its long webbed limbs, its forehead somehow begins to glow. How mysterious. For our first reverse hollow, we have another lovely Cascoon. Actually, I don't think we've actually pulled it. We pulled its evolution, I think, because the art looks different. It's very especially in a cinch. If your opponent took out Mega 𝓔𝓵𝓻 the turn before, then they would have drawn 3 additional cards as prize cards, which gets you started with 150 damage plus however many cards they have in their hand. So I'm very happy about this one. Mega Frostlass. Our Wurmple. Well, I'm very happy that pack number 7 actually included another hit, because I feel like we should hopefully find some more in these remaining 3 packs. Let's see who's in pack number 8. Here is your next QR code. 1 energy to the front. Apologies if you can hear the fire truck going by my house right now. Alright, I think they are heading in the other direction. This pack features a grass energy up first. Green grass. We have the feisty little 𝓒𝓪𝓻𝓭 up first. Our little fiery pig friend. Next up is another Erica's Pokemon, her lovely Bellsprout, who looks like he is kind of just like skipping almost through this field on a nice cloudy afternoon. We have another reprint. I almost want to say this is from Surging Sparks. It's been a while. The Glass Trumpet item card. Glass Trumpet. This card can only be used if you are using a Terra Pokemon and have one in play. And it lets you choose up to 2 of your benched normal Pokemon and attach a basic energy card from your discard to them. Actually, that could be handy with the Meowth EX. We have a fighting Pokemon up next, the cute little Hitmontop. Which Hitmontop is seen here, upside down on its head and spinning rapidly. We have another adorable Team Rocket's Mimikyu. This Pokemon lives in dark places, untouched by sunlight. When it appears before humans, it hides itself under a cloth that resembles a Pikachu. Such a sad backstory to it, especially in the anime. We have a beautiful Salazzle up next. Salazzle. I actually love the way the artist did this card. There's like very little contrasting harsh lines in it, so the purple and red yellow flames are very pretty how they blend together. We have another one of the most useful new supporter cards in recent sets, the Lily's Determination. shuffle your hand back into your deck and draw 6 cards. But if you still have 6 prize cards remaining, then you can draw 8 instead. Extremely useful. For our first reverse hollow, we have a Grubbin. He is seen here surrounded by some very colorful foliage in the little forest that he is crawling through. I like this big pink leaf. For our next reverse hollow, we have the 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓲𝓹. When carrying a charge book, 𝓔𝓺𝓾 can receive electricity from it and then rapidly fire powerful electromagnetic beams from its large jaws. And we have an ultra rare. Oh, fun! We got the full art version of the jamming tower. Very cool. This stadium card makes it so Pokemon tools that are attached to any Pokemon in play no longer have any effect. Oh, that's a fun card. I love the angle that they used for it too. You're like kind of high above it, looking down as if you're one of the birds flying around it. Very cool. Nice, very nice. Our first full illustration of the night. Hopefully there'll be one more. Or at least one more. And we have our 𝓔𝓺𝓾. Moving onwards to our penultimate pack. Pack number 9. Very nice. Live code. Our energy to the front. And for our first card, we have the basic fighting energy. Pow. We have another lovely Grubbin. It spits sticky threads and winds them around branches, then swings nimbly from the tree to tree in a pendulum-like motion. How hypnotizing. To go with the score bunny that we found frolicking on the beach earlier, we have its evolved form, the 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓲𝓾. Looks like he is walking through a nice little pathway and tossing a berry. We have another reprint card, the Cynthia's 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓲𝓾𝓲𝓾𝓲. The Cynthia's Garchomp deck is actually a pretty fun one as well to play. We have a new card for the N variation decks. N's Vanillite. I love the Vanillites, but I'm also a huge fan of ice cream. So cute. standing in a little grassy field and looking upwards towards the sky in excitement. To go with the 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓲𝓹, we have 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭. They maintain huge flocks, although fierce scuffles break out between various flocks. We have a reprint item from Journey Together that is specific to ends decks. Ends PP up. Always makes me laugh when I read that name. It allows you to attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched ends Pokemon. Always read the fine print and don't try to attach it to your active Pokemon. For our first reverse holo, we have the Larry's Braviary. For the sake of its friends, this brave warrior of the sky will not stop battling, even if it's injured. For our Pokeball variation, we have the Poniard. The Poniard is seen here practicing some punches and slices in a lakeside. And for our rare card of this pack, we have the 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼, who looks like he is flying amidst a giant lightning storm. Very cool. Although it's called a guardian deity, if a person or Pokemon puts it in a bad mood, it will become a malevolent deity and attack. Well, friends, we are down to the final pack of the evening. So far, I feel like this set has actually been a little bit light on hits, so hopefully there'll be a fun little surprise in this last pack. Let's find out who awaits us. Here's your final QR code of the evening. Our last energy trick of the night. And we end how we began, with a metal energy. First up, we have another Team Rocket's Meowth. All it does is sleep during the daytime. At night, it patrols its territory with its eyes aglow. We have another lovely Badoo up next. Badoo, Badoo, Badoo. The pollen it releases contains poison. If this Pokemon is raised on clean water, the poison's toxicity is increased. We have the Pokemon tool 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓬𝓬𝓮. Any chips in its blades would prove fatal for it. After each battle, it diligently maintains its blades using its favorite sharpening stone. Next up, we have another Noivern. They fly around on moonless nights and attack careless prey. Nothing can beat them in a battle in the dark. We have a supporter card, 𝓔𝓺𝓾𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼 and Concordia. This is an end-specific card, and it is really detailed and specific, but would be cool if you are able to pull it off. You can only use this card if you have an 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭 𝓐𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼 EX, 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭 𝓐𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓼, and 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭 in play. During this turn, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by one of your ends Pokemon, you take 3 more prize cards. I don't think I've seen anyone pull this off. Let me know if you've tried. And to go with that card, we have the lovely 𝓔𝓺𝓻𝓭. This Pokemon's power level rises along with the temperature of its fire, which can reach 2500 degrees Fahrenheit. For our first reverse holo, we have another Barnyard. He features an attack called Push Down, which does 10 damage and switches out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench, but your opponent gets to choose the new card. We have another classic, one of my favorites, the Charmander. Char, featuring a lovely friendship ball. And for our final card, oh, the evening. Wow, I don't think I have seen that happen before. We have a second jamming tower. I feel like my packs got swapped in or something. Well, that is my luck of the night. We have another lovely jamming tower. Does anyone need an